Hey, are you prepared for a financial emergency? Do you have an emergency fund? Today we're gonna answer the question, how much should you have in your emergency fund?
No, more like this. Hey everyone, this is Jay and Jen from Epic. Empower people, empower change. The channel that will give you so many successful tips on plant-based power as well as money tips.
Now let's talk about how much money you should have in the emergency fund, all right? So a lot of times people that save money, it's pretty cool that they save, but not really all the time, because why are you saving? Like, what are you saving for? It's cool to save. Are you really just saving for an emergency? Like, make your emergency fund and saving part of your overall financial plan. Don't just save money randomly. If you're gonna save money, know how much you're saving, so that way you can maybe invest the rest if you have it, or you can maximize the amount of money that you have. But just randomly saving with no kind of plan, that's not really budgeting, and that's not really saving up for an emergency. So that's why we have to talk about how much.
All right, so it's recommended that if you make less than $20,000 or equal to $20,000, you can roughly save about $500, all right? And if you make anything above, or if you have a lot more expenses, you want to shoot up to about $1,000 put aside as an emergency.
So that's the starter emergency, guys. Starter, just to get you started on your plan if you have debt, okay? Because it's not meant to be like a big 3 to 6 months, no matter what happens, I'm living in my bunker, zombie apocalypse prepared type thing. It's not meant for all of that. It's just meant to get you started so you can go ahead and attack that debt. Yes, we're talking about, we do recommend Dave Ramsey's baby steps. Those work for us. First step, $1,000. Second step, attack all that debt. Third step, then you have your 3 to 6 months emergency fund. Whether you're single or whether you're with your family, let me give you some encouragement in that. I know you want to have security and all of that money saved, 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. So God forbid, in case something happens with your job, or if it was a bad job, then let's not say God forbid, it is what it is. So if something happens with your job, 3 to 6 months of expenses or other emergencies, that's cool, but let's hurry up and rush through this debt. Let that be a motivation for you to pay off the debt. This is not the debt video, but pay off the debt so you can hurry up and build that emergency fund up, and you can start doing some other things afterwards. That sounds like a lot of money, but it worked for millions of people, and it can work for you too. A lot of times people say, well, I'm the one exception it won't work for, but the baby steps that Dave Ramsey do work.
They do work.
And if anybody has any additional questions, go ahead and drop that in the comments. So there might be cases when I'm working with someone and they say, well, I don't feel comfortable with $1,000. I want a little more. You want to do that overall, that's up to you to do that. The recommendation is still the same. Get some emergency fund in there. Go ahead and attack that debt. Now, if you don't have any debt, go straight to the 3 to 6 months emergency fund, because you want to be prepared for these things. And there are some other baby steps that we could talk about later that come after you're building up that emergency fund. Thank you guys for checking out how much you should have in your emergency fund. For more information on emergency fund, including what is an emergency fund and why should I even have one, check out our playlist. Go ahead and subscribe for more information on plant-based living as well as money tips and growth. Be sure to check out our next money video on how you can build up an emergency fund fast.